guys. Hey, today is Tuesday, November 17th, and we're going to get started with your math lesson today, okay? You're going to need both your math books, and we're going to start in your blue dot book on page 82. 82. Go ahead and turn to that page, and if you need to pause the video for a minute, you can do that, okay? All right, so we're still talking about word problems today, and we're still trying to solve those problems. A lot of it goes back to knowing your fact families, okay? Knowing how you can come up with 4 number sentences for fact families, 2 addition number sentences, 2 subtraction number sentences. We also call those equations, so 4 equations. And that's what we're doing here, only we're using a lot bigger numbers, okay? So let's read through this problem, and we're going to talk about using addition and subtraction to solve it. So it says Todd plays a game. The table shows his points. Okay, level 1, we don't know how many points he got. Level 2, he got 16 points. He got a total of 55 points. Okay, so level 1 and level 2 together make 55. How many points did Todd get in level 1? Well, that's what we're going to figure out. Okay, we're going to make a model. This happens to be the bar model. Okay, there's number bonds, bar models, tape diagrams, all of those you know. So it doesn't really matter which one. They just happen to use a bar. I'm fine with that. So we know the big number goes at the top. Okay, he had 55 points all together. That big number goes here at the top, and they've put it in red. Okay. We know in level 2, he got 16 points, and they've put that in blue. Those are the 2 things we know. We would never put 16 at the top because that's not the big number, and that's not the total. The total goes at the top, okay? The green question mark stands for what we don't know, which is level 1 points, okay? So we're going to use this. I must be touching this. It keeps moving on me. We're going to use this right here to form our equation. We're going to take green, level 1, and we're going to add it to blue, level 2, to get a total, which is red, of 55, okay? So, since we know this is an addition sentence in a fact family, we can switch it, and we can make it into a subtraction sentence. 55 minus 16 equals blank. Okay? It's just like a regular fact family, only it's just a little bit bigger, okay? 2 addition equations, 2 subtraction equations. Look at, picture it. What does the question mark mean? Well, back on that page before, the green question mark, it stands for the points on level 1. That's what we don't know, but that's what that green question mark stands for. It means those are the points for level 1. Okay? Look at the second model. Write a different subtraction equation that you could use to solve the problem. Okay, you guys can see yours. I can't, so I'm gonna cruise back down here. Okay, so they took this addition equation and they turned it into a subtraction. 55 minus 16 equals blank. They're telling us right now to make a new one of these. Well, because it's a fact family, we can easily do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna swap. Remember, in our sentences, we always trade. We're gonna trade the 16 and the question mark. So my new equation would look like this. It would still start with 55 because when you subtract, you start with your biggest number. It would still start with 55. But instead of minusing 16, we're going to equal 16. And we're going to have to subtract that question mark, okay? All we did is swap those 2 from the first one. Okay? Now they're going to have us do it on a number line. Oh my goodness, we've got an equation to add it. We've got an equation to subtract it. We've got another equation to subtract it. Now we're going to do a number line. Oh my goodness, there's just so many ways to do this problem, okay? So solve the problem for the previous page, show your work on the open number line, then write your answer. All they mean is just fill out this number line, okay? So we always know from what we've learned before, we're going to end with our biggest number, 55. We're going to start with the number we know, which is 16, okay? Now, we're going to figure out how many hops it takes to go from 16 to 55. Well, for 16, I want to get to the nearest 10. And the nearest 10 for 16 is 20. So I think, how many hops from 16 to 20? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 4 hops, okay? Now look at 55. What comes right before 55? Well, that's 50. Okay, so just think about what is the nearest 10 right before it. So how many hops from 20 to 50? This is counting by tens. 20, 30, 40, 50. I count by tens. 10, 20, 30. So that's 30 hops. And then how many hops from 50 to 55? 5. There it is on my open number line. These numbers up here are really important. It's kind of hard to see them because they're running into the words above, but we have 4 plus 30 plus 5. Well, in my brain, I know 4 plus 5 is 9. So 30 plus 9 is 39. So 39 is our answer, okay? So 39 would be the number of points he scored here on level 1. How did you make your number line in problem 4? How do we make that? What's another way to find the answer? How do we make our number line? Well, we added up on our number line. Okay, because we went from 16 and then we just kept adding up until we got to 55. That's what we did on our number line. Well, if you don't add up, what can you do? You can make a subtraction problem, okay? So what's another way? You can make, I'll try that one again, that didn't turn out so well. You can make a subtraction equation. On a number line, we hopped forward. To subtract on a number line, all you would do is hop backwards. It'd be the same thing. You'd go from 55 to 50, then you go from 50 to 20, then 20 to 16. So it's the same numbers. It just depends which direction. And for me, I like to add up. It's a little bit easier, okay? So if you did it a different way, you would subtract or you would go backwards. All right. Matt had 72 sports cards. Then he got some more. Now he has 90 cards. How many more cards did Matt get? Show your work. Well, to me, I'm going to erase this. If you are not done copying this, just go ahead and pause the video. Okay? But I'm going to erase this so I can move it up. It's really hard to see down there at the bottom, especially when I'm trying to make a video of a computer on a computer of a big screen. It's not real easy to see anyway. So down here at the bottom, Matt had 72 sports cards. That's what we know. Then he got more, but I don't know how many more. Now he has 90. Well, if he had some and he got more, we're going to add. I know my total is 90, okay? You could also write a subtraction equation. You could say 90 minus 72 equals blank. Which one of those is right? Well, they're both right, okay? So it really kind of depends on you. If you like to add up, add up. If you like to subtract or count down, do that. Either way is right, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and give myself some room here. I'm going to leave my top equation because this is what I want. Okay, I want to solve this one. If we do our number line like they talked about, we know we're going to end on 90. That's the biggest number. We know we're going to start at 72 because that's the number we know. Now we're going to hop 72 to the nearest 10 would be 80. And that's 8 hops. I'm going to have to squeeze that up there. Hopefully you can see it. That's 8 hops. From 80 to 90. Oh, well, that's pretty easy. That's just one big hop when we count by tens, or 10. So now I'm going to add those two. What is 8 plus 10? 18. Okay, so our answer would be 18 cards. That's how many cards that Matt got. And all we did was count up on a number line. Oh dear. Well, let me get rid of that. And we're going to go to your yellow dot math book next, okay? So, yellow dot, grab that one. You're going to open a page, I believe it's 95. I'll give you a second there. Now we're working on the same thing in this book, okay? Same thing. We're going to solve some story problems, and we're going to talk about how we can add or subtract to do that, okay? So Ted has some beads. Then he gets 18 more beads. Now Ted has 42 beads. How many beads did Ted have to begin with? Oh, there's that bar model, okay? Bar model looks a lot like a number bond. This would be a number bond. Okay, you guys are really good at those. And it's just like if you take the number bond and you squeeze it together, that'd be a bar model. Okay? All right. We know the total number of beads that he got, which was 42. We know the number he started with, which was 18. We know how many more he got, which was 18, sorry. We need to figure out what he started with. We can do one of two things. We can use an addition equation. We can say, I don't know how many he started with, so that's a question mark, but he got 18 more, and now he has 42 total. So the number he started with is a question mark. We don't know that. But he changed that number by getting 18 more, and now he has a total of 42. That's why they call a start plus a change is a total, okay? You could also do it in a subtraction equation, okay? Because this is fact family. You can just switch it around. Start with your biggest number, 42, minus the number we know, which is the change, to figure out how many he started with. So when we do that, we figure out that he had 24 beads to start with, okay? 24 to start with. All right, we're going to use that same system to solve some problems down here. Mrs. Tate has some fish in her tank. Well, that's our question mark because it doesn't tell me how many fish are in the tank. She buys 25 more fish. Now there are 73 fish in the tank. Oh, there's my change. 25 is my change because she got more, so it changed the number of fish. And then she's got 73 in all. That's the total. Okay, let's fill in this bar model. Big number goes at the top. That's the total. The start number, we don't know. We have no idea how many she started with, but we do know that she changed it by getting 25 more. Okay, this is what your book is calling it. Start, change, total. That's it. Okay? So don't get confused on those fancy words, starting and changing and total. All it is just words for what we already do. Big number. This is the amount that she got. We need to figure out the amount she started with. Okay? So I can take my question mark in my equation. So something plus 25 equals 73, because you always end with your big number when you make an addition number sentence. When you do a subtraction number sentence, you start with your biggest number. So we're just going to switch this around. 73 minus 25 equals question mark. Okay? So how many fish were in the tank at the start? Show your work. Okay, well, I think we can do this. So let's start by counting up, okay? So if we're at 25, we'll draw a little mini number line. We're at 25. My next nearest 10 would be 30. How many hops from 25 to 30? 5. Okay. I'm going to land at 73. What's my next closest 10 below 73? Well, it's 70. So how many from 30 to 70? 30. Now remember, we're counting by tens. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay? And this one is pretty easy. From 70 to 73 is 3. Okay? Here's the important part. These numbers here at the top, we're going to put them together. Well, 5 plus 3 is 8. And 8 plus 40 makes 48. 48 fish were in her tank in the beginning. Okay? All right. Just pause it if you need more time, but let's take a look at our next page. All right, Mrs. Lopez drives a number of miles north. Notice it doesn't say how many miles she drives north. Then she drives 34 miles west. Then she drives 93 miles in all. Okay, well, here's Mrs. Lopez. She's driving in her car, and she goes north. I don't know how many miles. Then she drives 34 miles west. Okay? That's what she did. There we go. I think that helps. So then she drove 34 west. Then she drove 93 in all. Well, we can come up with two different number sentences. We can do a subtraction number sentence or an addition number sentence. So if I start with the number I don't know, question mark, and I add it to the 34, I should come up with a total of 93 in all. Okay? Or if I do subtraction, I start with my big number, 93, minus the number I know, which is 34, and that would end in my question mark, okay? So now we're going to fill it in on our number line. You guys are getting really good at these. We do them all the time. So I start with the number I know, which is 34. The next nearest 10 is 40. How many hops from 34 to 40? 6. Okay. Then you go from 40 to the next nearest 10 to 93. Well, if you're at 93, what comes right before it that's a 10? Well, that's 90. Okay. And that's 50 hops. So let's check. Is 40 plus 50 90? Yep, we're good. Now, how many hops from 90 to 93? Sorry, moved it. Didn't mean to. How many hops from 90 to 93? That's 3 hops. This is the important part. We got to add these together. 6 plus 3 is 9. And 9 plus 50 is 59. Okay, so she drove 59 miles north. All right. Let's check out our next problem. Stella had some cards. Then she made 13 more cards. Now she has 41 cards. Okay, let's come up with some equations. We'll do an addition and a subtraction. Okay, she had some cards. I don't know how many. Then she made 13 more. So we're going to add 13 because we know she got more of them. And then she ended up with 41 cards altogether. Okay. Well, if we want to turn that into a subtraction equation, we'd start with our biggest number. We'd minus the number we know, and we'd come up with that. Both of those equations are right. Okay. Easy peasy number line. That's what we're working with in this lesson. So I know I'm going to end up at 41. I know I'm going to start at 13. The next nearest 10 to 13 would be 20. 13 to 20, that's 7. The next nearest 10 to 41 is 40. That's easy peasy. I already know that. I know that's just 1 backwards. How many from 20 to 40? 20, 30, 40. 2 10s makes 20. Okay? Important part. Ooh, I'm kind of running into the problem above. 7 plus 20 plus 1. Well, 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 20 is 28 cards. Okay? So that's your answer to that one. All righty. Whew, this next one, this is a tough guy. Write and solve a problem like number 5. Okay, we're going to write and solve a problem like that. Use different numbers. Okay, right. Well, we don't have Stella in our class, but we do have a Maria. Let's go with Maria, okay? Maria. That's who we're going to use. Had. This one was cards. Let's say Maria has stickers. Okay. Maria had some stickers. We don't know how many. Just like up here, we didn't know how many. Okay. Then she made 13 more cards. Well, we're going to say, then she got 11, a different number, more stickers. Okay. Now she has, got to come up with a different number than 41. She has 33 stickers. Okay. Now, my question needs to be, how many stickers did she start with? Because that's the only part we don't know. How many stickers did she start with? And that's a question mark because that's an asking question. Okay? After you have that written, your job. Now, I can't come around with my stamp and I can't come around with my cool stickers to give you, but this one is going to be for you to solve all by yourself. The Maria problem. Okay? Get it written down. Pause the video if you need to, but I want you to solve the Maria problem all by yourself. Now, when you get the answer, here's a cool thing. I think you guys can figure this out. When you go in your Canvas page, okay, over on the side, so it will be the left side, there's a couple little pictures there, and one of them says inbox, okay? If you click on the inbox and you type my name, you should be able to email me. That's pretty fun. I want you to email me the answer to this problem, okay? Maria had some stickers. Then she got 11 more stickers. Now she has 33 stickers. How many stickers did she start with? Email me the answer to that problem. Okay? Bye, guys.